So Kizer just dropped 6 new models. Some of them are models that already exist, just different versions, and we're going to go through them. One in particular is pretty awesome, and I got a lot to say about it. So this is the Drop Bear. A lot of people know this. It has their clutch lock, one of my most recommended knives right now, under $100 when you can get it for under $100. Typically it runs between 95 and like 105, 115. There is more premium versions that obviously go a lot higher, but my most recommended has been the aluminum and 154 CM. It feels like a premium knife, and you feel like you get a lot for your money with that one in particular. And in my opinion, just the feeling of it feels really, really good. This one is in Nitro V, so it has, you know, more of a budget-friendly blade material that's really awesome. I love Nitro V. I personally like it even more than the 154 CM. Now, the plunge grind on this though is different. The original Drop Bears had a better plunge grind, so that I don't like, but you know, it's still the Drop Bear and it'll probably sharpen up just fine. The handle is a G10 handle with carbon fiber over the top of it. It's like a peel ply carbon fiber over the top. It has a texture to it, so you can actually feel the fibers. I personally prefer just go with G10 or solid carbon fiber. I don't personally like having, you know, just a thin layer over the G10. I say just give me G10 or just give me solid carbon fiber. I don't think that's too crazy, and I think most people feel that way. We have a reversible deep carry clip, TA hardware all the way around. This is very lightweight, and the clutch lock is an adjustable crossbar lock. And I gotta say, Kizer, in my opinion, is doing the best, the all-time best crossbar lock at the moment. They have got the detent down pat, and you can strengthen it. They send you an extra set of Omega springs that are thicker, and you can adjust it in here. So you can adjust the tension, and you can switch the Omega spring to make it even stronger. I've taken some of the Kizer Omegas and put them in other knives that have crossbar locks, and it just massively improves it. So even their Omega springs are better than a lot of companies. This is the Yorkie. This has been out for a long time, the model, not this version, but they come in a lot of different options. They even have different sizes, titanium, aluminum, all kinds of different Yorkies. This is, or has been, a pretty popular model. Now we have a Nitro V with a black, I'm guessing PVD coating. You can see this is a Ray Laconico design. Then we have what people like to call the PP scales. It is some Ultim scales with this weird machining in it. Not sure how much I like that. It definitely offers to the texture though, which is pretty nice. Deep carry clip, this goes way deep. They said how deep? As deep as you can go, because that's what they did. And that doesn't interfere with my hand as much as I would think it would. I think it's just because of its compact size. Great access to that lock bar. It is smooth. It's a light blade. I haven't oiled it yet. I'm sure once I oil it, it'll get even more drop shutty. The detent on these is phenomenal. It's one thing that the Yorkie always brought was the damn snappy action, man. They are very, very snappy. And it's just a very simple design that everybody knows how to use. That's going to work for pretty much everybody as long as the size is appropriate for you. The Yorkie's a great model. My biggest complaint is the sharp control and plunge grind. Of course, wish the clip was inset and reversible, but it does have TA hardware all the way around except for on the clip. So that's definitely a good thing. But yeah, anyways, they're pretty cool. I've always liked the Yorkie. This is the Task, I believe. Am I right about that? Yes, the Kizer Task. And the Kizer Task is another crossbar lock or clutch lock, an adjustable crossbar lock. Man, I'm telling you, man, these guys got the action down pat with their crossbar locks. This is in 154 CM, and it is a beautiful sheep's foot blade. Also, the Bulldog, guys, this thing is available. They have this version and another version, I think a Mike Harder version. There might be more options. Just check the link. Everything will be down in the description. But this is a model that Kizer recently dropped that is really, really good. The way the thumb studs and the action is with their clutch lock on this particular design, it feels so satisfying to open and close this knife. And then the ergonomics are so good. These aluminum scales have this diamond texturing on it. It feels really good. And, you know, being aluminum, you know, it has more of a premium feel. We have the pink accents that look really cool. 154 cm blade steel, nice and slicey sheep's foot blade. You got multiple places for finger positions. Yeah, just an absolute badass knife that Kizer recently dropped. Blade that has a thumb stud that looks like you can adjust it. So you can probably move the thumb stud or just take it off. I don't think you'd want to take it off. The hole is a little difficult to get to, but the thumb stud itself is very easy. They made it land in a good spot, and it's, yeah, it's got a nice grip to it, so very easy to kick out. These scales, I don't know what these scales are. Yeah, just black G10. Okay, it's just black G10. It kind of looks a little different, doesn't it? But yeah, just black G10. Deep carry clip that is reversible, not inset, but it does have flat screws. Ergonomics are phenomenal on this knife. This is a great size and great shape and just straight design for most people, because it being like a utility blade, or, you know, because of the sheep's foot blade, it makes it where you can do great utility cuts, opening things up, but even for slicing, you know, you don't have a lot of belly there, so it can help keep the blade in cuts. And with these ergonomics being so neutral, it doesn't really matter what grip you hold it in, it's going to be comfortable pretty much. Yeah, pretty damn awesome. The shove and drill and plunge grind is okay on this one, I guess. I prefer them to just move it back and give me a direct line of which or where the plunge grind ends or begins, so that I can see right when I'm gonna, you know, hit, because they gave you a couple sharpenings on this one, but it can always be better. But yeah, the Taskman, this is a cool one. This is a really cool one. I like that. Now, let's talk about this one. The kind of the star of the show today. We do have a couple more knives from them, so this is not the last one, but we have the Pop, the P-O-P Pop. And the name is funny because, you know, in the Chicago area or northern area, whatever you want to call it, we call soda, like, you know, Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever, we call it pop. And, you know, for soda pop. And a lot of people down south do not like that.
We call it soda.
We call it pop.
You know, we're actually in one of the few mixed little regions in the world, because we got Wisconsin so close to us. They're the pop people.
I remember when
I'm a soda person.
I went down south one time, and somebody said they were, because I said,
Coke?
no, I said I'll take a pop, and they almost did. They were so upset. They were like, it's not called that. And it's like, what? Like, I didn't even know this was a thing. I had no idea. I lived my whole life, didn't know everybody didn't call soda pop.
Did I marry a pop person?
Yeah. Okay, so we have the Kizer Pop here. Now, I think that, and we're going to talk a lot about this, I think this was Kizer's answer to the QUBIT. They are almost identical. They are very similar. Yes, this one has a flipper tab and this does not, but even look, even down to the bottle opener. Yeah, man, this is very similar. Now, here's one thing. Before we get into the differences and why you might want this one over this one or vice versa, one thing is that the button lock is amazing on this knife. It's very well done. I want to just, first and foremost, I want to say that they tuned the detent really well. It's absolutely amazing. However, at the moment, CIVIVI Sencut We Knife Co. is dominating in the button lock realm. They have perfected not only the detent and the action, but the lockup and the way it breaks in over time and how solid it stays. And I think that they are superior with that lock. I think they should have done their clutch lock with this. That would have made it where, you know, people that don't like button locks would, you know, the clutch lock, a lot of people love most people love the clutch lock. So I think that could have been, I think they missed. That's what I'm saying. They should have taken advantage of that, because that would definitely separate these two, because crossbar lock is just, you know, stronger, even though their button locks are amazingly strong. But we have the same blade shape, The geometry is definitely slicier on the QUBIT, and that is one of the biggest selling points for this model. 14C28N, neutral ergonomics, very, very, very slicey. Now, this is still very slicey. So this is almost like a tougher version. It is in 154, or sorry, Nitro V. It's in Nitro V, while this is in 14C, very similar steels. Aluminum handle that does have steel liners. That is another thing that's different. These do not use any liners. They're just solid aluminum scales. You just have a little spot right up there. This one actually has some liners in there. The deep carry clip is reversible, but it is not inset. It does use flat screws, but I always like to see them inset. The flipper tab in action, man, is really good on this. I gotta say, man, the thumb studs land in such a great spot, and the flipper tab actually works well with this design. Now, it does push you back a little bit because they had to arch the flipper tab up right here, so that means it's going to come down after it's opened, which does push you back a little bit. However, I still have a very comfortable full forefinger grip. I do feel like I'm separated from the edge a little bit though, but I still have a lot of control with this. I think, you know, if I really wanted to get that edge, you know, I'd probably choke up like that, which I'm not affecting the button at all. But yeah, man, it's pretty crazy how similar these are. And, you know, it's like I said, it's their answer to it. And I just think that the way they could have answered to it is by making it a clutch lock. That would have been probably a little bit more beneficial. Love the blade shape, man. Love, love, love the blade shape. So what do I think they could have done to improve it besides the clutch lock? I think they could have inset the clip. The sharpening tool and plunge grind is decent. It's not horrible. Let's look at the Wee Knife Co. QUBIT. It's been sharpened multiple times, but you see how they have a direct line right here, just like these guys do. This is how I like to see plunge grinds done, where it's a direct line. You can see exactly where the plunge grind ends because it's a straight line. So I know I have all of that steel to sharpen off, you know, during its life before I ever hit the plunge grind.
Are you saying as opposed to an angled one?
Tapering one, opposed to a tapering one.
I see.
Like we've seen with, what was the other model we just had? Like this one. This one has a tapering plunge grind, so you can't see that line. It's more like a shadow. This one you can see it, so I like that. And they did give you, you know, a bunch of sharpenings, or at least a few. I typically, or I prefer to have more, but this is still good. So that's awesome, because a lot of people are starting to get sick of bad plunge grinds, man, because, you know, it's the end user's experience and how well they're gonna be able to sharpen it up and everything else. All in all, awesome knife. I think it's pretty damn cool. I'm excited to see how well it does for them. Now we have a couple fixed blades. These are EDC fixed blades. This is the Smolt. It's a Jonathan Styles design. And I gotta say, I think this is pretty damn cool. I'm not a Stormtrooper fan or anything like that, but the colors of the Stormtrooper edition knives, I think they look pretty cool with the black and white. It looks like a suit and tie type of thing, and they did a good job. 3V steel. Hell yeah. So this is a tough little sucker. They did not make it with thick geometry though, which actually is really cool, because if you're going to use a super tough steel on a small compact EDC knife, make it slicey, because, you know, take advantage of that toughness, right? Yeah, beautiful geometry on a little fixed blade like this, because it's not fragile by no means, you know, so it's just plenty slicey with plenty of toughness. The handle, very neutral handle, doesn't matter what grip you have it in, it's going to be the exact same. I like how it squares off right there. It is a full tang. We have the G10 inlay inside the black G10 is really cool. Styles design, yeah, that's awesome. And then we have, ooh, oh, what's going on? Ooh, the clip is, or the sheath is tight. Yeah, it's a nice push-off point, I guess, but it definitely just needs to break in. I think it'll be just fine. Oh yeah, it's got some leverage on it. You can see the imprint covers the handle, and that's what you're clicking into, and you're getting that little groove right there to pop over that piece. That's probably what's hanging on to it right here. Sharpening tool and plunge grind is actually decent. It's not bad. They decent. It is a tapering one, but you can see the end of the taper very clearly. Yeah, pretty damn cool, man. This thing just needs to break in. Love tech locks. This makes it to where you can, you know, turn it and spin it however you want. You can take these out for wider belts, and it's just a very easy way to carry an EDC fixed blade. And if you take this off, you could always get an Alti clip or something like that, so you can just put it in your pocket, because that's a great size to go in your pocket. The next one is the Muskrat. Woo! Yeah, that's really cool. Let me pull this out. You can see this one's a neck knife, and it comes with the rope right there. Yeah, wow. This is pretty small, like the handle right here. It's very, very slim. It's a 3-finger knife, but it kind of cants downward. So you feel like you could definitely do some slicing, some utility cuts with it, maybe some skinning. I love this.
Skin a muskrat with it.
Don't skin a muskrat though, not with the muskrat. You can see the designer right there. I love this micarta. I think this micarta is so nice. Derek Sharon is the designer. 154 cm blade steel and 6.1 inches overall. So compact for sure. Full tang. Like I said, man, this micarta is really nice. And you know, as the oils break into it, it's going to come this color. Stonewashed finish. We have a clip point blade. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Let's check out the sheath. I think Kara's going to really like this. She's been...
I'm back here mumbling how I'm going to keep it.
She's digging the neck knives. So, it also comes with a clip or a belt thing. So you can put this on your belt or around your neck. So it's a neck knife or a pocket knife. And well, not a folding pocket knife, but you know what I mean. A belt knife, pocket knife, is you can, I think you can probably put this in your pocket or on the belt. Maybe not, but you can always get an Alti clip. The tension is really good. No rattle, no tap. Good push off point. There's not a direct click, but I can feel that cutting or, you know, jamming into that groove. So that's good. It feels very secure. Let's check out these two together. Size difference. This is definitely going to be, you know, a little bit beefier and a little bit more tougher use, while this is going to be more general purpose, which both of them can do just fine. But yeah, very damn cool. I like them. Don't really have any negatives except for the plunge grind on this. You have a fixed blade, so why not notch it out? Now, I don't know, because I know that they always have to consider where the tension point is going to be with the sheath. So this is probably the tension point, but I don't see why that would stop you from just cutting out a half a circle right here and making a bigger, basically the same thing they did, just bigger, so that the edge is separated from the plunge grind. In this case, it's going to create a smile when you sharpen it. But being a fixed blade, it's very easy to customize them or to do whatever you want. You could throw in a sharpening tool in this within like 2 minutes if you have a Dremel. So there you guys go. I think they are both damn cool. Anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.